I'd like you to meet our question writing team. Back for their 5th year, it's...
BAQK1214 Menlo Park.
Yay!
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids, brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome again to another round of Quiz Kids with 2 terrific teams. Let me introduce them to you right now. Over here, we have the Saratoga High School Falcons. And they're taking on the Terra Tigers. So let us meet the Saratoga team right now, starting with Shannon Galvin. Shannon, you're a senior, as are all the members of your team. We talk a lot about Boy Scouts and Eagle Scouts, but there's a Girl Scout equivalent. You have, you're working on your Gold Award?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So I assume, just like in the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scout has to do a project as part of her earning that. And what is your project going to be?
I'm researching and raising money to install historical plaques on buildings in my downtown.
So how extensive will this be? How many buildings are you trying to find?
Well, I'm doing several buildings, but I'm also, as part of raising money, I'm holding historical walking tours for students in the downtown. So, yeah.
Good. So a good celebration of Saratoga history is part of your project.
Yeah.
Great. Good luck to you. Vijay Menon, you're very interested, both just personally and potentially professionally in sustainability, a very important subject we have now. So tell us about some projects you've done with sustainability.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess it started like sophomore year. I became involved in like research on sustainability. So I worked at like Santa Clara University and IBM. But just last year, I kind of wanted to get more involved in the policy aspect. So I ended up entering the UN essay contest, which was on sustainability as well.
That went very well for you, didn't it?
I ended up getting 2nd in the nation. They forwarded my essay to President Obama. So.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Jeremy Pham, very interested in science, and last year you got a job in a laboratory. What was the project that you were working on?
I was studying the link between maternal stress and fetal health.
Okay, and are you thinking about medicine potentially or medical research as a career?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Good luck to you. You guys ready to earn some points? I am going to ask you a series of 10-point questions. If you give me the correct answer, you'll score 10 points. 7 questions later, if you give me all the answers correctly, I'll add a bonus of 30 points. First, though, you have to pick a category for me. Today's categories are atom and atoms, foreign and domestic, and make my nights.
We're going to go with atoms.
Atom and atoms. All the clues contain the name atom or atoms, but the answers do not contain that. Just the clues, okay? John Adams first defeated, then lost in a rematch to this man who succeeded him as president.
Thomas Jefferson.
That is correct. Adam's ale refers to this beverage, the only drink available in the Garden of Eden.
Apple juice.
Ah, the ramifications of that are amazing to me, but it's actually water. In 1776, Adam Smith published this work, an argument in favor of free market economies.
The Wealth of Nations.
Correct. Let me try it. Adam's Ribs starred this duo, famous for their screwball comedies of the 1930s and 1940s.
Colbert and Campbell.
So close. That was actually my Spencer Tracy impression. And he co-starred with Katharine Hepburn, the greatest actress in the world, which you will remember for the next 60 years. In the British Parliament, Gerry Adams has represented Northern Ireland as a member of this pro-independence political party.
The IRA.
No, the Sinn Féin. In 1843, John Couch Adams, no relation to the presidents, predicted the existence of this 8th planet.
Uranus.
Neptune. And finally, Adam West, before his run on Family Guy, used to play this Caped Crusader superhero on TV.
Batman.
Batman! That's right. You scored 30 points. Congratulations. We'll be right back with the other team. Don't go away. Welcome back to the audience and to the Terra Nova Tigers. Sarah Inman, you are actively involved in your school's JSA chapter. That's the Junior Statesmen of America. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the organization and what you do?
We talk about politics in the club, and I'm the treasurer right now. So we don't have a lot of money yet, but we use the money that we get to go to like conventions in the winter and in the fall and in the spring.
So you go to the state capitol?
No.
No.
We go to like there's local things in
okay.
Santa Clara.
Okay, good. Well, I hope you raise the money so you can go to your winter convention. Eric Kavarna, you have a very interesting background. You are part Basque and part Norwegian. Two very interesting and not necessarily symmetrical cultures. So you wanted to talk a little bit about how that has affected you in your life.
Both my grandmas make really good food. My dad's mom makes really good. The dad's mom makes really good Norwegian traditional food, and my mom's mom makes really good Basque food. I've been to the Basque country a few times. It's awesome there.
Fantastic. So do you find now that you've got them both that if you are eating good Norwegian food, you bask in the pleasure of Norwegian? Moving on. Trish Lynch. Trish, you're involved in the drama program at Terra Nova, and they're doing an interesting play with a very timely topic. What is this play?
It's called Searching for America, and it's a series of one-acts about immigration. And so it's just a bunch of different scenes kind of spanning over the centuries of different cultures.
Right, and since we're a nation that's basically built on immigration, you can cover a large amount of it. And your scene is more in the early part of the last century. Huh?
Yeah, it's from the Great Potato Famine. It's a little Irish scene.
A little Irish scene. Well, good luck to you. Break a leg.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys, you ready to earn some points? Just choose between foreign and domestic and make my nights.
Make my night.
These answers contain the word night. She was the famous British nurse of the Crimean War.
Nightingale?
Florence Nightingale.
Florence Nightingale is correct. Martin Bashir and Cynthia McFadden took over when Ted Koppel retired from this news program.
Late night.
Nightline. It's the first 5 words of the Clement C. Moore poem about a visit from Santa Claus.
"'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Correct. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of what event in a Longfellow poem.
Paul Revere. The writing of Paul Revere.
Thinking of the category?
The writing of Paul Revere in the Revolutionary War.
Nope, it's the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere, Night.
Sorry.
It was the 1934 Nazi purge of the brown shirts. What did we call that?
The Glass Night.
No, it's
It was Kristallnacht, or the Night of the Long Knives. It's the Shakespeare play set in January.
"Midsummer Night's Dream."
Twelfth Night.
Yeah.
And finally, this Van Gogh painting contrasts dark blue with yellow and whites.
"Starry Night."
Starry Night is right. That earns you 30. We are tied. We'll be back with the second round. Don't go away. Welcome back. Before all you fans of Kristallnacht write in to complain, we were looking for the answer Night of the Long Knives, which is a different event. I would like to take this moment first to welcome a wonderful group that comes very regularly to our show, and those are the Cub Scouts from Den 14 of Menlo Park. And as always at this time in the show, we want to give a big thanks to our coaches. First from Saratoga, Anjali Menon. Thank you, Anjali. And the longtime coach from Terra Nova, we want to say a special wish to her because she's a birthday girl today, Mrs. Alyssa Jenkins.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Jenkins!
Thank you, coaches, for all you do. Now, everybody, take up your buzzers. We are going to play the 3-for-all. I'm going to ask you a 10-point toss-up question, and whoever answers correctly for their team will control the next couple of questions. So here we go. We're tied at 30-30. Here's your first toss-up. To within a factor of 2, how long does it take light from our sun to reach the Earth? Eric.
8 minutes.
That is right. For 20 points, during a total solar eclipse, it is easy to observe what outer atmosphere of the sun? You can talk it over. It is the corona. Next toss-up. How many natural satellites orbit the planet Mars? Eric.
2.
Correct. For 20 points. In Greek, Mars is known as Ares. It's only fitting then that the names of Ares' sidekicks are the names of the moons. Name either one of the moons. You don't have to buzz. You can talk.
Io, right?
That's
Say it. Phoebus and Deimos. The first of 2 Minnesota senators to become vice president in the second half of the 20th century. Who was Lyndon Johnson's vice president? VJ.
Mondale.
No. You can steal. Why do I suddenly feel so old? Hubert Humphrey. Okay, which of the Muppets sings "It's Not Easy Being Green"? Shannon.
Kermit.
Kermit the Frog. Okay, name the late producer-director who created Kermit in the late 50s.
Jim Henson.
Yes, and for 40 points, Henson said that the word Muppet reflects that the characters are combinations of hand puppets and what kind of string-operated puppets?
Marionettes.
Marionettes, you earned 40 points. Why don't we use this moment to take a break? We'll be right back. Welcome back. We just had a 2-minute study session. Here is your next toss-up question. The Great Depression, which some of us are feeling right now, was triggered by the largest percentage drop in New York Stock Exchange history. It occurred on...
Black Friday?
I'm sorry, no. It occurred on what day of the week in 1929?
Oh, wait.
You don't have to buzz in, just talk.
Tuesday.
Thursday. Next, formerly called Basutoland, today it has a capital of about 2 million, and its capital is Maseru. Name this tiny landlocked country completely surrounded by South Africa. Yes, Sarah.
Lesotho?
Yes. I'm sorry, say it again.
Lesotho?
Okay. What do geographers call a country that is completely surrounded by another country? What is the name for that?
Landlocked.
An enclave. Whose lowbrow comedy movies are you watching if you're watching Larry, Curly, and Moe? Trish.
The Three Stooges.
Yes. Hey, fellas. Another trio that started in the 1920s is Manny, Moe, and Jack. What do we call them and their stores today? Their stores. Manny, Moe, and Jack.
Marx Brothers. Marx Brothers.
The Pep Boys. What is the only non-metallic element that is liquid at room temperature? Yes.
Mercury.
No, I'm sorry. You guys can talk it over and steal?
Chlorine.
Bromine. In Japan, what is the name given to the period starting in 1868 when the emperors took power back from the shoguns? Jeremy.
Edo. Edo. Oh.
You can steal. The Meiji Restoration. In the USA, we name the musical notes C, D, E, and etc. Notes also go by the names Do, Re, Mi. In Do, Re, Mi, what is the name for B? VJ.
Ray.
No. You can steal.
Do.
T. I was going to sing the entire score of Sound of Music, but now I can't. Charlie Chaplin, in his role as the little tramp, always wears a bowler hat and usually carries what prop? Trish.
A cane.
Correct. Chaplin considered the tramp to be a silent film character. What 1936 film that exaggerated technology was the tramp's last appearance?
Modern Times?
That's right. For 40 points, what Irish playwright called Chaplin the only genius to come out of the movie industry? It was George Bernard Shaw. In Roman mythology, which god of light has the same name as his Greek counterpart? Eric.
Apollo.
That's right, for 20 points. The Apollo Theater is a famous live performance venue in what part of Manhattan that gets its name from a city in the Netherlands? In what part of Manhattan is the Apollo Theater?
New Amsterdam.
It is Harlem. Everyone associates Canada with ice hockey, but what is Canada's other national sport? Eric.
Curling.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal.
Rowing.
No, it's lacrosse. And that is the end of the round. We have 100 for Terra Nova, 70 for Saratoga. We'll be right back with the final round of the game.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
Welcome back. In the final round, the points value of each question is 30 points. Put your hands on the buzzers. You have 3 minutes on the clock. Good luck to both teams. Here you go. In the 1850s, what U.S. naval officer negotiated a treaty with Japanese officials to establish trade policy? VJ.
Admiral Perry.
Correct. Which celebrity chef invented his most famous catchphrase to wake up a sleepy TV crew?
Emerald.
That is right. In the 1820s, Buffalo, New York became the western terminus of what waterway? Mentioned in a song about a mule named Sal. VJ.
Erie Canal.
Correct. Italy's second longest serving prime minister is what media type? Yes, VJ?
Berlusconi.
Yes. The sound of a whip cracking is actually what physical phenomenon? Yes, Eric.
Breaking the sound barrier. Supersonic.
Say it again.
Breaking the sound barrier.
Accepted. All right. The Virginia opossum is North America's only native species of what infraclass of mammals that are quite common in Australia?
Marsupials.
Correct. Victrola and gramophone were early trade names for what type of device? The low-tech. Eric. Eric. Okay. The low-tech version of a CD player.
Record player.
Yes, that's right. He hired Edward Marbridge to prove that a racehorse momentarily has all 4 feet in the air when it gallops. Name this railroad tycoon and local personality in the 19th century.
Vanderbilt.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal. Leland Stanford. George M. Cohan received the Congressional Gold Medal for writing this patriotic song in 1917. Give me the 2-word title about American doughboys joining World War I. And if you don't, I will sing it. Shannon.
Yankee Doodle?
No, I'm sorry, but he is a
It's about caissons.
he is a Yankee Doodle, that's for sure.
Rolling caissons.
Over there, over there. I'll stop. Colors opposite each other on the color wheel are known as complementary. Yes.
I was going to say complimentary.
No, I'm sorry. Complementary colors. In a standard box of 8 crayons, what is the complement of purple?
Yellow.
That is right. It is the most visited geyser in the U.S., erupting about once an hour. Trish.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry. Name this chief attraction of Yellowstone National Park.
Old Faithful.
Correct. 2 full answers are needed. 2 U.S. state capitals that have the same first 6 letters because they're named for the same person. Name these cities and states. Jeremy.
Washington and Washington, D.C.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal. Columbia and Columbus. Columbia, South Carolina, Columbus, Ohio. Aside from California, name one of the 3 other states that were sovereign nations before joining the Union. VJ.
Texas.
That is right, or Hawaii or Vermont. Of the 4 major woodwind instruments in a modern symphony orchestra, which is the only single reed instrument? It's the clarinet, and that is the end of the game. 130 for Terra Nova. Saratoga wins the game.
Go to quizkids.tv to meet our teams, learn more about the questions on today's show, and to get tickets to see the show in person.
Congratulations to both teams. We'll see them in a future match, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye. You picked it up at the end?
The following underwriters help to make this program possible. The San Mateo Credit Union. Additional support provided by the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry and the Knights Templar.